I think Moscow 5 is going to win for sure.
Why is that?
Mainly because the first game, it was a very standard game, and Moscow 5 just completely swept them. And I think that TPA was only able to completely snowball this game because the early game started 3-1, and usually teams never beat Moscow 5 early game.
So what do you think M5 has to do then to not repeat that early game loss?
Moscow 5 has to completely be safe early game, mainly because they're so strong early game. They pick early game champions, and they're very, very well coordinated early game. So if they don't make the same mistake twice, they'll win for sure.
So TPA has to come out with like a level 1 team and like really push it to them, or is there something else they could do here?
So Moscow 5 has always been very aggressive early game. They always counter jungle. They always make plays. Like if you notice the first game, they pick Evelyn. Evelyn's a roamer, and they were able to pick up kills. And I think that if they want to beat Moscow 5, they would have to be really safe and make smart plays and drag it up to very late game and play even with Moscow 5 throughout the middle game, where Moscow 5 is the strongest. Or they catch Moscow 5 off guard by being very aggressive, picking up kills like they just did, and snowballing the game completely.
Do you feel like Moscow 5 can play a standard strategy that they always have against people's innovation, or are they going to have to bring something out?
I think that Moscow 5 will win, like, playing standard, mainly because if you watch Moscow 5 play standard, they're very aggressive when they play standard, and they always have an advantage. They rarely lose games, and when they lose games, it's usually because they're playing against CLG-EU, where they bring it completely late game, 70-minute matches where you see Moscow 5 lose matches rarely, and Moscow 5 only loses matches when they're losing early.
So what did it take to get them to this state then? What made M5 NQ such a terror overall, where they're a global favorite? You know, you just say, you know, the only way to beat M5 is like super crazy late game or like super crazy early game. What made them like the most dominant team for the middle 90% of the game?
So amongst the Koreans and Europeans and North Americans, I think that Moscow 5, out of all those teams, takes it the most serious throughout NA and Europe, mainly because Solo Mid, CLG, you see all these other big teams, they stream. Moscow 5 is all about winning tournaments. They practice seriously. They always practice off stream, and they never leak out their strategy. They're very innovative, and they always come to tournaments with new things. Like they came to this tournament with Evelyn, and they completely swept the floor. Whereas you see like other teams, they go into the tournament relatively playing standard. You still see Moscow 5 with these crazy comps like Zyra and Kog'Maw, where you do completely true damage when you die. Like Kog'Maw and Zyra both do like around 1,000 true damage together just by dying. And like they bring out these crazy comps. They're very innovative, and that's why you only see them lose games when they make horrible mistakes.
Right on. All right, guys, and we are going to have another question. It's actually be coming from our social media as we branch out to Twitter to see what they have to say. So it's from Clinny Lowell, League of Legends in the Twitter name. I like it, Clinny. We have, why do you think Alex...
No, she was banned. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Evelyn was banned actually by TP in the second game. I think he was happy to pick her, you know, both times actually, you know, coming out like, both against Invictus and Type A Assassins. Game 1, crushing faces Evelyn, that roamer playing aggressively, making a lot of plays early on, and actually did force the ban away. You know, TPA banned at Game 2, IG banned at Game 2. Actually worked for TPA this time. They made the early leads happen. So Alex really, he is forcing those bans. I think he would have been happy to pick Evelyn again because, you know, both times, Game 1, they're like, yes, we'll bring out Eve. Once it's banned, they'll pick something else.
So coming into this, we know Moscow 5, like I said, are they going to need innovative strategies or not? Do you feel they're a team that will, somewhat like Team Solo Mid, find a strategy to like modify that to the best of their ability, or they are one to come out with strategies of their own?
I think that Moscow 5 is the team to come out with strategies on their own, and I think that they are, like, if they don't bring something new, they're still very strong standard. So, like, I'm not really worried that Moscow 5 will falter.
So you think M5 in the finals?
Yeah.
Who's against M5 in the finals? You got Kenalogic Gaming Europe and Azebu Frost. Who's against them?
I think that I'm rooting for CLG-EU versus Frost, but Frost has been phenomenal this tournament, and they haven't really lost a match. I think that, like, if I were to bet, I would bet Azebu Frost and Moscow 5, but I'm definitely cheering for CLG-EU, mainly because a lot of the members on their team are my friends, so I'm hoping that it's a European final.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you very much, Reginald, for your insights, and you know, good luck to you guys in Season 3 as well. And it seems that you're going to be playing as well in Season 3, so good luck to you individually as well as your team. And you know, we're going to be going into Game 3 now of this semi.